So you think you know a thing or two about hydration. You're buying supposedly the best bottled water, BPA free, spring fed, just miracles all day long drinking this bottled water. Well, I got news for you. That's not, repeat, not the best water that you could be consuming. Actually, believe it or not, nature has the best water source for us. I actually believe it happens to come from the coconut. So I'm sure a lot of you know, inside of a coconut, they have water. This is the coconut water, and it's more than just water. It's a pre-filtered. It's naturally filtered through the root of the tree. So it's really amazing. It's also sweet. It's got natural sugars, and it has with it electrolytes. So it's just it's a living, vibrating water. Way better than any type of bottled water you can get. I don't care if it's glass. You guys have seen me showcase some of the glass bottled water that I do buy from time to time, and it's not bad, don't get me wrong. It's a heck of a lot better than the tap water, believe it or not. Well, I'll get into that later, but do not drink the tap water. Okay, if you guys live in any type of a city, borough, even if it's like sort of in the country and you still live like within a borough and you're on any type of tap water, personally I strongly recommend you do not drink it. Raw Food Writer, I have a Brita filter. No, it's not doing all that you need it to do. It's not removing the small particles of the chlorine and the fluoride and all the other toxic chemicals that are harmful to your health and that are clogging up all of your glands and not allowing you to live your best life, basically, when it comes down to it. So I'm going to show you today what I think the ultimate water source that we have access to is. So check it out. All right, should be good. So I just found this today. I've never actually seen one packaged just the way this is. Maybe you have, but I'll get you a good view of the packaging here. But yeah, it's an organic coconut. This is a mature coconut. You see me open the young Thai. If you saw my video, how I break my water fast, that was with a young Thai coconut. So same, nut, like it's all coconuts. It's just a matter of the age. And then you have to remember, coconuts, they have husks on them. So sometimes you'll see these in the grocery store. They're like really big, and they may be more of a green color. And that's when they have the husk on them. So this has already been dehusked, and we're left with just the nut. And the cool thing about this, it's sort of it comes with a plan to help you get into the coconut, because so many people get these and it's like, oh, what a pain, like I have to crack it open and it's going to be a mess. And true, there is some of that to it, but it's worth it to get to what's inside. So I'm going to explain about this, and if you read the directions on here, it actually does a pretty good job of explaining that as well. But basically, you can see here we have 3 holes. Now there's also an arrow, or you notice this one here is darker. That's the one that we're going to end up poking our straw through. And there's an arrow here in case you are colorblind or I don't know. Yeah, color sight and color challenge. We'll go with that. But so I'm just going to read the directions too. But no, that's the one that you want. And also when you're selecting a coconut, again, so I found this at Giant, and it was actually, it cost $3.99, which isn't a bad price. I didn't think so anyway. So take advantage. But when you are looking for a coconut, I just lift it up, give it a little shake and make sure that it feels heavy and that you can tell there's water sloshing around in it. If you get one that is lighter and you don't really feel much water in there, don't get it. Just pass it by, because a lot of it has been evaporated. And also check for like mold around anything, especially like these holes. If there's any type of like a green or blue coloring, that's mold. You don't want that. It means that the inside can also be contaminated as well. So once you find a good one, go ahead and get it. The instructions here state, first poke the hole above the logo with the stick. So that's this one here above the logo. And yes, we have a stick here. Oh, it's a bamboo stick apparently. So we're gonna use that. And then here's our drinking straw. So pretty cool. Could be a little longer, I feel like, but we'll see. Let's open up the stick. Oh wow. Cool. I guess we can get rid of that. Step 2. Okay, well, I guess we have to still poke the hole above the logo with the stick. Do you just literally use your hand, I wonder? Oh yeah. Okay. Surprisingly, it's really easy. Wow, I thought it would be a little more difficult. Yeah, that's super easy. Wow, that's awesome. I was thinking I might need like a hammer or something, but no. It just pokes right in there. Step 2, insert the straw to drink. Wow, this is going to be like super easy. And that's great. You know, I feel like a lot of times we as consumers, we've been misled to think that more natural products are just such a pain for us to use. That's why we need like the quick, fast and easy, you know, 1-minute rice or just certain, you know, microwave popcorn instead of getting out the hot air blower. Just everything like that has been like, we've been like misled to think that it's just, that's all we have time for. It's just these things are like ready, pre-made, preservative filled, just types of foods that are just not always the healthiest for us, is what I'm trying to say. But take the small amount of extra time that it does take and get your foods natural. Get whole ingredient foods and go ahead and prepare your meals as best you can, like from whole ingredients. It actually is well worth your time. To me, it's relaxing to like cook and like I have a few things I enjoy making different times of the year. The one that I'm gonna do a video coming up soon is coconut yogurt. So that's pretty interesting. And for that, you take the young Thai coconuts and you carve out that meat. And you put the meat in the blender. You put some of the coconut water in the blender, and then you also need oh, what are they called again? Crap, 1 second. These right here. Probiotics. Life Biotics by Pyridine. It's a super awesome product. If you've ever watched some of the Life Regenerator videos, he actually sells some of these, and that's actually where I got this from. So it was kind of expensive to get the larger container here. I want to say this was like $1.20, you know, 125, but it's well worth it. It's lasted me coming up on a year now. Obviously, it depends how much you use it, but it should last. Just, you know, as long as you store it well. And what these things do, I should just save it all for the next video. But anyway, like this actually activates. Or it breaks down the sugars in the yogurts. So when you blend it all up, you got the coconut meat, the water, the probiotics, and also something else I like to add is soaked almonds for protein. So you put all that in the blender, and then when it's mixed up very, very fine, you need a good blender to get. You don't want any like granulated particles. You want it as smooth and a smooth consistency as possible. So you need a good blender, and then that's when these probiotics, which are very tiny, they're not going to get cut up. You know, they're already smooth, and they're going to be able to go to work on those small pieces of the coconut, and they actually like feed off of it and break it down. Same with the almonds, they break down the proteins, and what you end up is just a really awesome protein, a raw plant-based protein with yogurt that's just easily digestible, and it's just a super healthy food. It's a great way to build muscle without killing if you're into that sort of thing. So it's a really great option. But anyway, back to this one here. Again, we have the mature one today. So I'm probably not going to crack this open, but if you don't know the difference between a mature coconut and a young Thai coconut, The mature coconuts have a lot thicker coconut meat. It's probably about a 1/2 inch thick coconut meat versus the young ones. It may be like, they vary, but maybe like an 1/8 inch to a 1/4 inch maybe, but it's also a lot softer for the young coconut meat, and that's why it makes such great yogurt. You don't really want to use the mature coconut meat to try and make a yogurt. It's just going to be that much more difficult to get that smooth consistency in your blender. So let's go ahead and poke the straw down. Ah, I see. Okay, so it's a collapsible straw. Very nice. Pull that out. Poke that down. Cool. And I'm assuming you can just drink it right now, right? Step 3, hit, and then, so that's what you do to drink it. And then it's actually telling you how to get the coconut open. So step 3, hit right on a hard surface on the carved line. Ah, so they also made a serrated edge all the way around the coconut here. You can, I guess you can see that. Okay, well that's nice. This is definitely worth $3.99 because that's actually what the young Thai coconuts run me when I go to Whole Foods. I did see them today at Giant for $2.99, so I might start buying them there. That's the thing too, like when you're buying like raw Whole Foods, just like or produce of any sort, organic produce, it can be expensive. So, but it's well worth it again. So, but just search out the deals too. You know, go to your Giant, go to your Whole Foods with lists and write down what the price of certain items are. You'll be surprised. One good deal I've found consistently at Whole Foods, they have 3-pound bags of potatoes for, I believe it's $3.99. And that's not a bad deal. And at Giant, they're like $5. So definitely cheaper at Whole Foods for potatoes, in my experience. And apparently now the young Thai coconuts are cheaper at Giant, you know, by $1. So it's trade-offs. And that's not even counting like Prime deals or like Giant with the card. So I just look for what things are priced at, and you can make your list, and over time you learn what foods to get at which stores. So, and you can save yourself a lot of money, and you can buy a lot more food for your dollar. It can stretch a lot further for you. And that can be great, especially when sharing a budget with like a significant other, and they may get a little upset when you drop, you know, $40, $50, $60 at the grocery store for a couple of days of, you know, raw food. So every little bit helps for sure. Wow. That tastes really awesome, actually. The only thing I don't like is drinking out of this plastic straw. So something I might do in the future is purchase like a metal straw. I try and avoid plastics when I can. I'm definitely not perfect. Once in a while I still end up getting like Fiji bottled water, and some foods just come in plastic containers like dates. What else? This past week I actually bought some pre-made pizzas with a cauliflower crust. I was going to do a video on that, but I just decided not to. But the reason why, and I don't eat these pre-made frozen pizzas a lot, but the reason I did this past week was just at work, we were eating a lot of like holiday foods, like they had chips and buffalo chicken dip, which I did have some of that, and I guess I just sort of got the craving for like, frozen pizzas, or I don't know. So I had some of that, but I figure it's better to get the cauliflower one because there was no gluten in that, and again, it was organic. So it just, I'm not perfect all the time. Like you guys that follow my channel, you know, I just got off of a 7-day water fast a few weeks ago. Like that was an awesome triumph for me in my health journey, and I got a lot of work done to myself. It was really beneficial. I could feel my body healing certain things, dumping toxins, just cleaning myself out. It was a really awesome experience. So now having done that, I transitioned back into eating foods, and then probably towards some slightly, less healthy foods. And, you have to enjoy yourself too. Especially it can be difficult around the holidays. So just you do you. You know what what type of foods you're just okay with eating. You know, you may just eat certain foods around the holidays, and then after that you say, okay, that's it. Now I'm going to get back on point for a while. You have to enjoy yourself, or you have to enjoy your life. So just to each their own. You know, everyone's on a different level. I guess for me, right now, I've just been feeling like it's okay to have some of those more standard American foods. It doesn't change the effect on the body. You understand? You know, if I eat chips, it's still those fried, low quality oils that, you know, I have to like put through my body, and the gallbladder has difficult times digesting it. But since I did a long-term water fast, well, 7 days, then I got a lot of that just sort of gunk cleaned out, and that, you know, hopefully like my gallbladder will be working optimally. I'm sure, you know, I could have gone longer, but it should definitely help. So it's just about doing what you can at your pace, and remembering just to, you know, live your life. This is pretty good, but I really don't like this straw. You can like literally taste the plastic. Tastes pretty good. The water, that is. But yeah, I'm serious. You can definitely taste the plastic. So that's not good. Won't be doing that again. I'll probably stick with the young Thai coconuts, to be honest. I'm just not a huge fan of tasting that plastic. And also, I like to see what the water looks like. Obviously, with this, you know, it's convenient. It's pretty easy. But the young Thai coconuts are not that much more difficult. I should have got one, but you basically just shave off the bottom, because there's a point on those. The point's actually going to be on this side of the coconut. When you see the young Thai coconuts, that's how they're carved. So the pointy end is actually this, and the bottom of the young Thai is this. So if you have a young Thai coconut, start carving off the bottom with your knife, and you'll find these 3 holes. And again, it's always the darkest one that's easiest to puncture. Awesome. So it's a neat little design and setup that they have here. It's pretty easy. It's pretty adaptable, especially to the person who is crunched for time. But anyway, I'm going to try and open this after all. Again, you can see that line there, so hopefully it opens pretty easy and get you guys a good shot of what the inside looks like. Okay, knife here. Yeah, it says in the direction it's just to like hit it, but I might try and hit it with the knife. I don't know. I'm trying to think how I can do this. Alright, I'm going to set it on the floor and just give it a whack. Alright, that's going to be too loud. Sorry you guys, I'm just going to well, I can take it outside. If you clicked off already, I completely understand, but if you want to hang around until I learn how to edit more and I have more time, this is what's going to happen on certain videos. But I'm actually going to go outside where I have some hard concrete, basically sidewalk, and then there's a little step of more cement, and I'm just gonna go like this, wham, like onto the cement, just like that, you know, just and it should open right up. So, and then I will bring it back up here and show you guys. All right, I'll be right back. I'm back.